Going over to number 103 on the homework last night, I do want to just sort of stress something for your quiz. You're not going to have a problem where you're going to, on your quiz tomorrow, where you're going to have decimals as your answers. Sorry, in the initial matrix. You may end up with decimals or fractions in your final answer, but for right now, I just really want you to concentrate on just knowing how to solve a matrix. And this is the problem that most of you have wanted to go over. So let's take a look at this situation. You're given a parabola, essentially, with the x values and the y values. So you're going to use this this equation for a parabola, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That will allow you to create your system. Your y values are going to be 5, 9.6, and 12.4. Now, you can leave the answers at decimals as long as it's nice, but for the most part, leaving it as fractions makes it a little bit easier. But let's take a look at this problem. So we're going to set up our system by plugging in your y values and plugging in your x values. So y is 5.0, so I'll just put 5. And then it's a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. Now that will simplify to end up being 5 equals c. Now for the second equation, we have 9.6 equals a times 15 squared plus b times 15 plus c. That'll simplify to be 9.6 equals 225 a plus 15b plus c. And finally, you have 12.4 equals a times 30 squared plus b times 30 plus c. So I end up with 12.4 equals 900 a plus 30b plus c. Now to make this into a matrix, we're going to use an augmented matrix. A, B, and C will be your A, B, and C will be on the left side, and then the y value, the solution will be on the right side. So in the first equation, we don't have any A's, we don't have any B's, we have one C, and then that was equal to 5. For the second equation, we have 225A and 15B and 1C, and that gives us 9.6. Then we have 900A, 30B, and 1C equals 12.4. Now the problem is, remember, your goal is to make this, and I'm going to do Gaussian-Jordan. You could always do back substitution if you want. Your goal is to get your matrix on the left side into this form, where you have all the numbers. This will be the Gaussian-Jordan elimination. So we want the diagonal 1, so we always start with the top left 1. Now, if you notice in this problem, we have a 0. Can't really have that. So what we have to do is we have to switch 2 of those rows. Now, if we switch this row, the smart thing to do about this problem is to realize that we have a 0, 0, 1, and if you look at the last row, it's 0, 0, 1. So if we don't do anything to it, if we switch row 1 and row 3, we can just move that down and we'll actually have all of this already done. So what we're going to do is we're going to just switch row 1 and row 3, just so it's set up correctly. The only difference with this problem is essentially, the only difference with this problem is that we're dealing with really sort of ugly numbers. And I apologize, I didn't mean to put that A there. So I'm just going to rewrite the matrix. 0, 0, 1, 12.4. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to put that 12.4. That should be a 5 at the bottom. Now, you should already know that C is going to be equal to 5 because it says it right here. Now, I promise you tomorrow you're not going to get something where you'll have one of the answers right away. I'm not that nice. So what we're going to do is I need to first make this guy with 900 into a 1. So I'm going to multiply the top row by 1 over 900. Now, while I know this is a little bit big numbers, it is just putting things in your calculator. And that's really the whole purpose of me giving you this problem, was so that you can get some practice with just being confident with how to do the matrix and how to do Gaussian elimination. So if you do 900 times 1 over 900, you'll get 1. 30 over 900 will give you 1 over 30. And then 1 times 1 over 900 will give you 1 over 900. And just to keep it consistent, I'm going to keep this as a fraction. 31 over 2,250. And I got that by doing 1 over 900 times 12.4. And then I put in my calculator math, enter, and you get your fraction. Now, the second row is going to remain the same. And the third row will remain the same. So we have that 1. Now, our next step is to get this 0 right here. So I have 225. Once again, you're going to put all this in your calculator. You don't have to actually do any of the math in your head. But we're going to end up with 1. We're going to take row 1, multiply it by 225, and subtract row 2. So we do 225 times 1 minus 225. That'll give us our 0 here. So what we're going to do, the first row is going to remain the same, so I'm just going to rewrite it out. Second row is going to change, so we're going to do 225 times 1 minus 225 gives us 0. 1 over 30, 225 times 1 over 30 minus 15 will give us negative 15 over 2. And then we'll do 225 times 1 over 900 minus 1, and that'll give us negative 3 over 4. Then we'll do 31 over 2,250 times 1 over 900 minus 9.6, and leaving it as a fraction just to stay consistent, it'll be negative 13 over 2. And then the last row is going to remain the same because I already had that 0 there. Now, we're done with getting that 0. So our next step is going to be to look at this 1. I want to get that 1 in the middle. I'm going to make this negative 15 over 2 into a 1. In order to do that, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So negative 2 over 15, row 2, it's going to go back to row 2. We have 1 over 30, 1 over 900, 31 over 2,250, and then we'll multiply the whole row 2 by negative 2 over 15, so I get 0, get a 1, and then we'll get 1 over 10, and then negative 13 over 2 times negative 2 over 15 is 13 over 15. And the bottom row, the last row, will remain the same. Okay. Now, we have our diagonal ones. You have your zeros. We already finished all that. So at this point, you could stop and do your back substitution. The only issue is you have so many fractions in here that even doing the back substitution would be a pain. So just to show you real quick, if you said c was equal to 5, because we already knew that, looking at the second equation, you would do b plus 1 over 10 c equals 13 over 15. And then you would go b plus 1 over 10 times 5 equals 13 over 15, and b plus 1 over 2 equals 13 over 15, then subtract 1 over 2, and you should get, gonna double check, you should get 11 over 30. Now for a, you would go back to the original, you would go, okay, well this is a plus 1 over 30 times b, which we know is 11 over 30, plus 1 over 900 times c, which is 5, equals 31 over 2,250. Once you solve this, once again, you're going to put all of this right into your calculator. You'll get a plus something equals 31 over 2250. Then when you solve it, you'll get a is negative 1 over 250. Now, I know a lot of you guys like to do it this way. That's fine. You can do it for the application problem. But like I said, you're not going to have you're not going to have decimals or fractions in the original problem. Oops, sorry about that. So at the end of the day, it's not going to matter so much. Now, just to show you how to do this problem using the Gaussian-Jordan solution elimination method, my eraser was working. Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to edit this. Okay. Give me a second. I'm just going to cover this with a text box. Make it solid. There you go. Didn't happen. Okay. So right now, to do the Gaussian-Jordan elimination, we would need to make these two into zeros. So if you notice, we're going to do 1 over 10, and I need to make that into a 0, and I need to make 1 over 900 into a 0. So if I take row 1, and we're going to subtract 1 over 900 times row 2, sorry, row 3, we'll put that new result into row 1. Then we're going to take row 2, subtract 1 over 10, row 3, and put that into row 2. Now from here, what we're going to do is we are going to get a result. So we're going to do 1 minus 1 over 900 times 0, which is 1, 1 over 30 minus 1 over 900 times 0 is 1 over 30. Then 1 over 900 minus 1 over 900 times 1 is 0. Then what we're going to do is we do 31 over 2250 minus 1 over 900 times 5, and we get 37 over 4500. Row 2, we do the same thing, so we have 0, 1. We're going to do 1 over 10 minus 1 times 1 over 10, which is 0. And then we'll do 13 over 15 minus 1 over 10 times 5, which will give us 11 over 30. Then we'll do row 3 will remain the same. And our last step is we're going to take this 1 over 30, we need to make that into a 0. Now, by doing that, we're going to take row 1, subtract 1 over 30, row 2. And the reason we're going to use row 2 is because I have a 1 here and 2 zeros, so it won't mess anything up. And we'll put that new result into row 1. So you should end up with 1, 0, 0. Then we'll do 37 over 4500 minus 11 over 30 times 1 over 30. And we'll end up with negative 1 over 250. We have 0, 1, 0. 11 over 30. 0, 0, 1, 5. So our final equation will be y equals negative 1 over 250 x squared plus 11 over 30 x plus 5, just by replacing a, b, and c. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to let me know. Thanks. Bye.